Career Day lied to you. Every job has a version people see and a version nobody talks about. I'm your host, Angelika Shrivastava, and my mission is to bring you that raw, unfiltered truth. Because before you spend your whole life becoming something, you deserve to know what you're signing up for. My guest here today is Trupti Berwal. She's a senior management consultant specializing in capital markets, which means she works alongside some of the biggest financial institutions in the world to solve their complex operational and technical issues. She has studied CS and has her master's degree in it as well, and has spent the last 15 years working in Fintech, working at places like the New York Stock Exchange, and is currently at First Derivatives. Ms. Trupti, welcome to the Naive Expert.
Hi, Angelika. Thanks for having me over.
We really appreciate your time and your say in our show. Thank you for being one of the first ones to be in our first season as well. In your own words, for anyone listening who has never heard of capital markets or management consulting, how would you describe what you do to a teenager who knows nothing about it?
Okay, so I would say think of the entire world as a whole operating system. So it's an entire economy, the entire world, and these are it's like an operating system. And my job is to ensure that the entire world economy, all the money that flows from one country to another country, and all the trades that happen across multiple time zones, they are all accurately booked. Their reports are reliable, and the entire operations run smoothly, and which adhere to all the regulations set by different countries as well. So that's what my current job is. So my job is to ensure that I'm not the one who books the trade. I'm not the one who's making the trade. I'm the one who ensures that the entire process runs seamlessly. So that means making sure the business processes are changed. So whenever there are new regulations, we ensure that that is included in the business process. If there is a new product coming into the market, making sure the technology is up to date and we have those products inbuilt in the technology, and so on and so forth.
Thank you for that brief overview. And I like how you said that you aren't the one who's actually doing the trade, but you're the one behind the scenes.
Yes.
And making sure that everything flows and works properly. What's the real reason that you ended up in this career? Not the version that you just tell at dinner parties.
Oh, that's a good one. So I always liked problem solving. I like to tinker with a little bit. I'm not good with maths though. I will admit that. I'm decent. I'm not a mathematician, but I love solving problems. I like the way if there's a problem, how to ensure that it's resolved in a logical manner. That's why I took computer science. My master's was in software engineering. And of course, after some time, then I realized that it's not just writing code that I want to do. I want to still solve the problems, but I would like to solve them in a way that helps everyone. So there is always a gap between technology and the business. The business, if there's a new product is being launched, to explain that to technology, how we can incorporate it, or to explain the technology to the business. In the end, it's still resolving an issue, but I'm not writing the code. And that's how I jumped from technology to the business side.
Yeah.
So I was more like a liaison between technology and the business.
I like how you were able to bridge like both of your passions, like writing code and also helping people. And then you were able to form this career path that really achieved that vision. And that's so wonderful. And I think for all of us critical thinkers out there, there's so many opportunities, like Mr. Trupti said, about CS and like coding if you would like to do the more math in the more logistical way. Or you can go into communications and business, or you can do both and you can bridge that gap once again. Did anyone tell you that this career shift would not be beneficial for you or it would not be realistic? And how did you deal with that?
No, nobody told me that, oh, this won't work.
Mhm.
But I would say that I did not also plan to go this route. It
Mm.
just happened over the years,
Mhm.
and I just kept an open mind, and the opportunities kept coming in,
Mhm.
and I kept like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should try this. If somebody just put up a proposal that, oh, Trupti, do you want to? We have this whole big project coming up, new regulations, which is defined by SEC, and we don't have anyone who knows the business but
Mm.
can help us define these requirements
Mhm.
so that the business knows how, at what stages they need to be implemented in the business processes. So
Yeah.
I said, oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I had no knowledge about regulation, but
Mhm.
that is how, then I just picked it up,
Mhm.
and then I started reading, then started helping, and then that's how I just got into it. Nobody specifically said, no, you can't do it.
Okay.
But yes, it's very hard to, let go the comfort of your current role,
Yeah.
leave that, and then jump to a newer one where you have no knowledge, no domain
Mhm.
knowledge.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's interesting how like you said that like no one was like specifically telling you that like, oh, this is a bad idea, because in previous episodes, if you've been following the Naive Expert, we've dealt with some other professionals who have had people telling them, oh no, this is not a good path. But there's this pattern throughout all of these roles that I'm starting to notice, which is that no matter what people say, it's like inside you, and it's like whether you can take the opportunities and you can make the change, which will be uncomfortable, it will be scary, or you can stay where you're at. And I've noticed that all of the people I've interviewed so far, and I'm sure with the more professionals yet to come, they always are saying that they're so glad that they've took that change and like really taken those opportunities and harnessed that power of them. Before this job, you worked at the New York Stock Exchange, and I know for all of us teenagers out there, we think of New York, we think of
Yeah.
finance, and
Yeah.
we're just like enamored by it. It seems like
Yes.
this big bright idea, and we're just want to chase it, right? But what is something that you wish you knew before your first week at the New York Stock Exchange?
Oh, that I can tell you. I wish someone could tell me there was nothing to be afraid of.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter, even if you do not know anything, but they have chosen you
Mhm.
as one of the persons to lead a particular, job or whatever, an assignment or a project. You can just do it, because I don't think, when I went there, for me, the language was very different, because New York Stock Exchange has its own lingo,
Mhm.
and people over there were veterans,
Mhm.
and they would just talk the language. I'm like, what are they talking? But I think you have to just be open, ask thoughtful questions,
Mhm.
and just have the confidence that yes, uh, you can do it if you put your mind
Mhm.
and heart into it.
Yeah.
And just that is the only way. I wish if someone had told me, maybe I would have gone in with more confidence.
Mhm.
But whoever is now, like I talk to people now who are, yeah, freshers and who are entering the industry,
Mhm.
I just tell them, you don't need to know everything. You're
Mhm.
still new. All you need to know is have the confidence to ask the right questions. Don't feel shy to
Mhm.
show that you're inexperienced, and be a fast learner.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful how you touch on the confidence aspect and how it's not just like the skills and the technicality that builds your real character, but it's rather like how you communicate, how you ask the questions. And that leads me to my next question, which is what soft skills matter the most for people who are climbing in your field,
Mhm.
and why don't more people talk about them often?
Okay. In my experience, I've all throughout, communication is the main
Mhm.
thing. I'm sure you must have heard from other uh, people as well, because public speaking is not,
Mm.
excuse me, public speaking, it's fine if you do that, that's excellent, but communication is the key. You need to articulate uh, that, okay, this is the problem, and you need to tell the senior management that this is the problem, this is how we can resolve it. You need to be on the table with there will be different people who will have different opinions, different priorities, and you need to convince all of them to come on the same page and say that this is the solution and this is how we are moving forward. So this is all about good communication. And other things, technical skills and all, you can develop over the time. But right now you need to have good communication skills. You need to show people that they can trust you when they assign you to something. Yeah, you will deliver. And of course, lastly, you have to ask the right questions and show them that you are a fast learner.
Yeah. In today's like competitive job market that I know we all know is brutal right now, what separates a candidate who gets a job versus one that doesn't?
So it's a good question again. When I was interviewing people, when I was entering the market in the US, the questions that I got asked were, oh, do you understand this technology? Say, for example, Java. Do you understand what is an API? Do you understand if it's a business side? Oh, do you know what is this regulation, Basel III? So they wanted to know that if I already know the subject, do I have some level of expertise, whether beginner or intermediate or advanced? But today we are looking for people who are confident, who are fast learners, who can pick up anything that is given to them and run with it independently. And we don't have to follow up every time. And of course, the ability to just perform any job and willingness to learn. It's very easy to teach technology today. I can, even if someone who does not know technology, doesn't know the business, I can sit with that person for a week and teach him everything. But after that, if he doesn't know, if the person doesn't know how to communicate, how to follow up, how to manage timelines, how to negotiate with other people, then that becomes difficult, because that I am not able to, if the person doesn't have that ability and is not willing to learn, it's not possible.
I liked how, coming from your perspective as someone who's like entered the job market and has been in this industry for so long, I liked how you highlighted the change from back then to now. And could you tell us, what is the role of like AI in your industry currently? Like, how do you use AI in your job day to day?
So AI for me, or in my industry, should be used as a good partner. So, for example, I'll give you an example. There is a new regulation. Just 5 years ago, I was reading the entire document. It's more than 200 pages.
Oh, wow.
And then we have to keep highlighting every, every new nuance we see, so that we can go back to the legal team, clarify, come back, talk to the business. But now those things are very simple, right? I can just take my AI tool. I will upload the document. It can analyze that for me. So I save time on that. It can give me some options if I ask the right questions. But the final, so it gives me more time to make a judgment, to assess the issue, and to think more critically as to how we can approach this new regulation or a project. So I would say AI, you should not think of AI as someone who's taking the job away from you. You should learn how it can be beneficial for you, so that you can use that, save those time, and maybe then pick up other projects or jobs, and you can, keep growing.
I like how you say that it's not going to take away the job, but rather it's someone who can help you out and be beneficial for you, like help you save time and effort. And I think that's really reassuring for our generation, because I know I grow up and my friends, and all of our parents are like telling us like AI is going to take over the world, or like AI is going to do this and do that. And it's so stressful because anyways, at this age, we're just trying to figure out what we want to do. And then on top of it, we have this extra pressure.
So definitely it's not taking the job, because just think of it, right? If I spend a month, we would take 2 months to read the documents. And now it can be done in 2 days. and I can quickly assess the issue. I can quickly respond to the queries, and we can work on more critical projects which will be helpful to the financial industry to make, the main goal of the banks is to make money.
Yeah. And once again, dropping back to that same idea of like living in New York and working at all these like big financial institutions, I know that it's one of the careers that I'm looking at, that some of my friends are looking at as well. And it's also very like scary at the same time, like living in a big city, like having so much work to do, and with in today's world with your phone always being on you, with notifications always on, is there like an emotional toll of your job that no one really prepares you for?
That would be responsibility, because as you grow in your role, you are responsible for many things, because you have to ensure that the deadlines are met. You have to ensure that whatever you're building or any new product you're introducing, that is creating value.
Yeah.
The deadlines are met, because if you lose the deadlines, then it's not just you who is impacted. There are people around you who get impacted. Different groups get impacted.
Yeah.
So that is something which even I till date I do get nervous, I get worked up. But see, the goal is, you in all this you have to stay calm, and you have to keep going.
Yeah.
You have to ensure that, okay, these are the deadlines, how can I get all these people in the room and make all of them walk towards that finish line without causing any harm to any other group. And so that is the only, I think, as you grow in, it's just like how even now you're in high school. When you were in middle school, there was, everything was fine, but now you could do whatever you wanted. But now you have that responsibility that I need to allocate my time. I need to study, I need to be in sports.
Yeah.
So all that, the same thing applies at work as well. Once you start growing in your work, at your workplace, responsibility is something that will keep you up in the night sometimes. But you just have to be calm about it. Like, you have to find tools that you don't get all worked up. Not, it does get stressful, but you just have to manage it. I try to go for walks even when I'm at work. If it gets too stressful, I just step away from my desk because it's the city, right? You can just step out, just walk 2 blocks and come back. Make sure that I take vacations. I don't just keep my vacations up till the end. I keep taking breaks often. And yes, having a few, during the week, a couple of times, like few minutes with your team, just have a healthy, happy banter, which is not work. So that keeps everybody's nerves calm.
Yeah.
So those are the things I do. Yes, and when I come home, I don't think about work.
Yeah, I think that's very important to like take that time off as well, so that you can like focus on your work when you're at work, and then when you're at home, you don't have to have that stress. Yeah. So if I wanted to get into fintech or capital markets, what is the real advice? Not something like work hard and do networking, but what's some actionable steps that I could take to really help me in this competitive industry?
Yeah, I would say in today's world, if you want to go and get into fintech, finance, learn AI, build an app, take a couple of stocks, see how they trend. Maybe if you need, go to Udemy. They have free courses on how to analyze a stock market, understand what are those abbreviations. You can even pick up a newspaper and start tracking, and then see what happens. I'll give an example. Say for Apple, it is say $100 today. And tomorrow there's a news, oh, Apple is introducing some new watch which is going to check everything in your body. It's like a wellness watch, and it's amazing, it's better than all in the market. So the stock price is definitely going to go high. So you observe how the markets move and help those stocks. Then what else? Learn Python. very important, because in fintech there is a lot of data you have to analyze, so you have to use Python. And you don't need to know hard code. Now we have all these AI tools, right? You can learn through that. Build something. So when you go tomorrow to an interview, you are not just saying, if they ask you, oh, why do you want to come here, you're not just simply saying, oh, I love finance, oh, I love technology. You can say, you know what, I was monitoring these 4 stocks for the last 4 years. This is what happened. This is, I wish if this would have turned this way, it would have been whatever, XYZ, whatever conclusion you come up to. And you say, oh, I built an app, a budgeting app, or I built an app which will monitor the news for Apple, and it will help me make a decision whether buying an Apple stock is better or selling.
Yeah.
So you have all those, your portfolio is ready.
Yeah.
So I would say do that, and work on communication skills, soft skills.
Yeah.
I would say that.
And then for our last question that we have in each interview, podcast interview, what's something that everyone gets wrong about your job?
Oh, even I probably must have gotten wrong when I was younger. But we see all these movies and stock market, like everybody's like yes, and they become rich, and one day something falls, everybody's poor.
Yeah.
And no, it's not like that. Finance, yes, there is a way stocks are traded. There are controls around it. Even in the finance industry, when you go to a bank, there are all your 401s. They are being handled. They also have a very big responsibility. They just don't go and in the market and start trading stocks, because they know that everybody's retirement fund they are managing, their savings account they're managing. So there is a lot of nuance in it. There is technology, there are regulations, there is business processes that have to be redefined again and again. And of course now AI is there. So it's not all glamorous or bad as it is portrayed outside.
Yeah.
There are different fields. You can choose what you want. Within that, you don't want to trade, it's fine. You can go in technology. You don't want technology, you can still become a lawyer and just advise on the finance side. There are so many different streams within finance itself.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ms. Trupti. This has been one of the most eye-opening discussions that we've had on this channel so far. And I love how you were so honest about the processes in the market, how you explained the laws and the regulations, and really clarified so much for us. And I'm sure our audience is also very grateful for that. And for everyone listening, if you learned something that you didn't know before, please share this with someone who needs to hear it. And follow The Naive Expert on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts from. And if you know someone fascinating with a fascinating job who should be on here, please reach out to me on Instagram or any of our socials. We want to hear from you, so please reach out. We'll see you soon. I'm your host, Angelika, signing off. Thank you.